Kingston Communications Stadium heralds a new era both for Hull City and Hull FC. As a lad, I stood on the terraces of both Boothbury Park and the Boulevard. For a city much maligned in recent years, the new stadium represents a beacon of hope.
When we first walked into the stadium, we had a tour of it before it was open to the public. It was just awesome. And even now, it's a fantastic place to be.
When they're chanting your name and when the road does go up when you score, it's pretty special.
It's good for Hull City, it's good for Hull FC, but it's great for the city. When we're winning and when things are going well, what a noise.
To have a stadium like this and fill it week in and week out is something very special.
I just can't believe that Hull's been so lucky to get a place like this.
Welcome to the KC Stadium. What I want you to remember, it's a family match. Hopefully we'll have a good, peaceful day and that there'll be no disorder. But please remember, criminal elements within both sets of supporters will always create the potential for disorder.
Today's match promises to be one of the biggest games of the season. It's a local derby. Hull City versus Scunthorpe United.
It's a high-profile game, so we do have more officers on duty than normal. And really it depends on the intelligence and on the profile of the game will dictate the number of officers that we have. Today's match always had the potential for disorder. Hopefully it looks like it will be a very peaceful match. And what we're about is we're actually here to ensure that people are safe, that they enjoy the game and that people feel safe and that they're reassured by seeing my officers here today.
Adam Pearson's problems are on the pitch. City were top of Division 3. Who would have thought they'd have lost their last 3 matches?
Well, obviously it's an important game, they all are at this stage of the season, but following 3 defeats it'd be nice to bounce back, but there is a lot of rivalry between supporters. I mean, the clubs obviously get on very well at board level, but there's a rivalry all the way through the 2 clubs, and that's what will make it a feisty encounter, I'm sure.
It's all about friendly rivalry for lifelong fan Keith Brown. He invites Scunthorpe supporters to meet his gang.
You've got Rover here, Roverman here, you've got Clueless Kev. You don't have to see why we call him Clueless, do you? Just look at him. Behind him you've got Meany the Scunthorpe Slayer. And you've got CFE, South Tiger, Tiger Old Boy with his Tiger Young Boy underneath him. We're all good mates now, it's all come together. We'll look after them, the bud set of lads, they looked after us in Scunthorpe. That's what football's about. You go there, you meet people, you do it all over the country. Actually next Saturday I'm off to watch Kidderminster play Macclesfield because we've got no game, and I've been invited by Kidderminster fans, being looked after for the day. That is to me what the game's about.
Well, we always like to look forward to the Hull game, especially I know quite a few of these lads off the PC, off the website, so we have quite a lot of good banter and we look forward to the game. You can get lost!
Keith's passion extends to the stadium.
When we first walked into the stadium, we had a tour of it before it was open to the public. And I'm a grown man, and I walked in and they actually stood and stepped back. It was just awesome. And even now, it's a fantastic place to be.
Be mindful, turnstiles are now ready to open.
Yeah, start.
It's an hour and a half to kick off.
Now we've opened turnstiles. The only thing that we need from you now is an estimated time of arrival for the coaches, so we can brief the turnstile operators to be ready to accept somewhere in the region, I would suspect 600 from Scunthorpe.
Okay, so when they're a bit closer, I'll be able to get you that.
If you can.
In about 10 or 15 minutes.
That's fine.
It's a modern stadium. It's like anything really. When the stadium's first built, we've got to actually learn how to police it. The crowds that we get, for Hull are fantastic. And people just come and they sit and they watch the football and they support their teams and have a general good time.
Ticket sales have now stopped, so we're looking at around 19,000, 19,100.
Yeah.
I deal with the police on a daily basis, and we'll collate intelligence, and that gives us our little planning. So I need to know supporters coming, coaches, how many we think they are, so we can plan the stadium configuration. It's lovely to see people enjoying themselves, it really is, and that's the success of it, people seeing smiling faces. We love for people to go away, enjoy what they've been, and come again.
Good afternoon, West End! And in front of you is the MKM South Stand. Good afternoon,
my 30th season coming, and now, yeah, this season's brilliant. It's the best I can remember. I live for the club. You know, it's all day, every day. It's Hull City. That is the club. The club is life.
If the race for promotion goes to the last game of the season, Adam has another date with his wife Debbie.
I will definitely be here on the 8th of May, but obviously if my wife goes into labour at that particular point, I might have to leave the game if the time is crucial. But hopefully, you know, he's with us at the moment, so an hour and a half might just be enough before the maternity ward calls. I think hopefully the timing is that it'll arrive about 5 o'clock and we've got 3 points.
Well done, John.
Scoreboard. Isn't it beautiful?
It's half-time and City are winning. There's a good reception for the band entertaining the crowd.
Obviously the most people we've ever played to, 19,000. We usually play to about 19, 20 people, so it made a change for us today. Bit of a surprise really. I thought they'd all go for the pies and the Bovril at half-time, but they stuck around and watched us, and yeah, it was good to see. Brilliant.
Cheating bastard! How can you not?
Hull City won 2-1.
This really puts us back on track, and it's great for the club and it's great for the supporters.
Ecstatic. It's a good win. 3 points for us, you know. I think we deserved it overall. Local derby, but at the end of the day, we've got the points we need to get promotion.
It was 1985 when the Tigers last won promotion. This has been their first full season here. Boothry Park was their home for more than 50 years.
It was very homely, there was great tradition there, and it was a great place to watch football, but it was very tired, it was falling down. The mix of supporters was wrong. We could never grow the club off that supporter base. It needed more female supporters, children, families going there.
Now 81, Edna Johnson has been a supporter since the first game at Boothry Park in 1946.
I used to go with my father. He did like his football. He used to leave my mother to look after Jeff while we went, trotted down Calvert Lane, to the match. It was brilliant, yeah. I liked watching Race Carter, but there wasn't only him. There was Billy Bly in goal, and there was Eddie Bearbanks, and Wagstaff, he was another good one.
Up into the penalty, Wagstaff just a delicate. Now Wagstaff a drop! A goal! Wagstaff has done it!
When they left 18 months ago, it was an emotional affair.
If you're involved with it and it's become part of your life, you can't help but get emotional on it. But I'd rather be emotional when we're winning things rather than just leaving things.
And at kick-off time, I can tell you that it is extremely blustery here at the Boulevard.
It's a similar story for Hull FC. The Boulevard had been its home for more than a century. In October 2002, it was hard for the Old Faithful to say goodbye.
Because of the environment, the Ethel Road environment, all the fishermen and the fishing industry, which was vibrant, especially after the war when everybody came back. So the atmosphere was absolutely electric every day. I mean, you had to be there early to get your position. And fishermen used to, the ships used to come down the North Sea flat out to try and get the tide so they wouldn't miss the Saturday afternoon game. So the atmosphere was generated, the vibrance generated from the public.
Financially, the club was struggling. Now they're getting the crowds they deserve.
We needed to grow our audience, and it was proving very difficult to the Boulevard. In sport, you know, you're always running a tight ship, but this has certainly given us a platform on which to build and take the club into the next 20 years.
And for Johnny Whiteley, there's a unique tribute.
You know, I thought at my age I'd never buy another new suit, but you know, I've had to buy another couple of new suits to enhance me to get through into the Johnny Whiteley suite.
It's not just about sport. Some of the biggest names in pop have filled the stadium. But back in March, tickets for a concert featuring Blue and Darius were not selling well.
What we need to do between now and May the 1st is shift 4,000 tickets. So that's the
and Adam's got more than football on his mind.
It's just not sold as quickly as Elton John, Bryan Adams or Westlife. We're still confident it's going to be a fantastic success.
Was it? Find out in part 2.
But if we're putting the show on, we want something to hold it together. My wife gave birth yesterday to a little daughter, Jessica, so that was, you know, fantastic news, and everybody's fit and healthy, and today would really just cap off, you know, probably the best weekend of my life, really. So, you know, we want to do it today, we want to win, and we want to go up in style in front of 24,000, and I think the lads agree with that, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a great day.
Tyler. It's just fantastic, isn't it? I shouldn't say beat Spruceberry Park because that was good in them days, but this is fantastic. And they've just got to win today. They must have a win, shouldn't they? I thought it was in.
There'd be no prayers answered today. It ended 0-0.
It's a reasonable point for us, but it's getting too tight for me now. I'd like to sort of get over that finishing line as soon as possible, really.
I think they've nothing to worry about because we can still have another couple of games and go up, can't we? And I'll still be there, sat on my seat.
Promotion's there, we know we've got it, but you want to clinch it, don't you? Maybe if we go the Oval on Saturday, do it there.
And they certainly did. Back at the KC's Vulcan Arena, all eyes were on the screen.
And there is the final whistle. Hull City are promoted. Peter Taylor has taken the Tigers back to Division 2. The final score, Yeovil Town 1, Hull City 2, Hull City promoted.
Absolutely out of this world, fantastic. Best time of my life, this.
The Tigers! The Tigers!
I feel absolutely fantastic. All I keep thinking is what a fantastic start to the bank holiday weekend for the City of Hull.
Live from the KC Stadium in Hull, who's been promoted to Division 2,
That night there was a party with 15,000 guests. Adam was there, straight from Yeovil.
Massively relieved, and the sort of pleasure and the enjoyment's just coming through now. A lot of phone calls and really happy, but the city really does need some success and put some pride back into it, and I think, you know, there's going to be a buzz around the place. really important that it went well tonight, and it has. There's a big crowd in, it's a different market again. Cities are looking at Hull and saying, we need a venue like that, and we need to do something like that, and that makes such a change for Hull.
Thank you so much. Hull, you've been great. And we can't wait to see you guys again. This is a wicked stadium. Congratulations to the organisers for putting on such a great gig. Thank you all for coming.
You know, the weather's fantastic, the people are awesome, the stadium's wicked. Big day for Hull. And so Hull City, congratulations. Division 2. We like the underdog. Keep going.
Less than 24 hours later, Hull's other big sporting passion takes centre stage. Hull FC's fans, once reluctant to leave the boulevard, have been won over.
Well, I stood on the terraces at the boulevard for over 40 years, and I just loved the place. It meant everything to me, and the last night at the boulevard was one of the most emotional and sad nights of my life, I have to say, and my family's as well. But the place had got too old, it had no life left in it, and the best thing for the club was to move to the new stadium.
That weekend just got better and better. Sean McRae's boys saw Salford with a record score.
Good stuff. Come in, Rona.
Just get the message. They've got to keep talking. They've got 9 minutes. They've got 9 minutes to keep working away.
Stephen, communication is good, mate. It needs to be maintained, and with 9 minutes of playing at our tempo to go.
Half-time, Hull winning 32-6.
I don't want you to watch the clock, and I don't want you to watch the scoreboard. That's the worst thing you can do, leading 32-6. You need to adopt an attitude that you're in a tight game. You need to adopt an attitude that it could almost be level. Because you have to concentrate as a professional person, as an athlete, as a rugby league player.
What an unbelievable start. Who'd have thought it? Oh, faithful in any kind of weather, when your round-up days are over and the boulevard's white with clover. For you, oh, scenic, Valentine. And enjoyed all those tries. God knows how many we scored, it was brilliant. It's just what we needed. We needed the new stadium, we've got a team to go with it now. And what we need to do, and we're now doing, is putting teams like Salford to the sword. We didn't do that in the past, and now we are, and that's the difference.
It was awesome, really, and you'd never expect to win by those scorelines. We rattled up point after point, and that was tremendous. So, yeah, great day. You know, tremendous for the fans that were here, and obviously great for the players.
Been brought up in Hull, and you know, been brought up on rugby league, especially. You know, the crowd's enormous here, and you know, the stadium generates an amount of noise what stays in, not like most big stadiums. And you know, when they're singing songs and when they're chanting your name, and you know, when the road does go up when you score, it's pretty special.
1 week later, and there's a great homecoming for Hull City.
It's been so exciting. I mean, and I'm queuing up for my pass in the next few weeks for next season, you know.
I cannot put words on it. It really was. It's just a feeling. It's 19 years since I felt it.
The Tigers' youngest fan, 2-week-old Jessica, joins the party.
They made such a noise for us, and you know, it's 25,000 people, you know, blaring at the top of their voices, and it's like a 12th man for us at the end of the day. So, you know, I'm just pleased for them, really.
unbelievable. I think we've worked so hard all season and the fans have been fantastic, and just look at them today, just party atmosphere is fantastic. It's just like winning the league, so it's good.
It's fantastic, it's absolutely brilliant. It's great for all of us, great for the fans, it's brilliant. You know, we've had this crowd, you know, week in and week out, and this is something special now. We've got something to give back to them.
In the Hollywood film Field of Dreams is the immortal line, "Build it and they will come." This is Hull's Field of Dreams. It's a symbol of a city's hope, a focus of a people's pride. It has been built, they have come, and they have not been disappointed.
This is the KC Stadium!
People are definitely proud of coming from Hull, and I think it's lifted the whole city and it's given a lot of people something to talk about.
There's many memories at the Boulevard, but you know, we're creating our own memories now at the KC Stadium.
Cities are looking at Hull and saying, we need a venue like that, and we need to do something like that, and that makes such a change for Hull.